下午来参加我们西天中图在民富图书馆举行的一场音乐会。So thank you everybody for coming this afternoon to this special concert organized by West Heavens Project in Mingfu Library. 那我们这个项目其实是延续了去年的一个音乐的交流的项目，叫利亚兹空间。然后今年呢，我们也是在1年之后来重访上海。然后也是第2次在民富图书馆做音乐的演出和交流。So in fact, last year we had started this project, and last year we had the title The Space of Riyas. And in fact, 2 of the 3 singers here visited Shanghai last November, and we also had this concert in the same venue along with some other venues. So this is like a return to the same space after 1 year, but under another title called Saath. So it's another idea, but we want to continue this collaboration between the exchange of Indian traditional classical music with the Chinese counterparts. 那今年呢，我们的名字是叫萨特。那去年我们是叫利亚兹空间，然后是去年是借着上海双年展，当时我们的策展人也是这个项目的策划人，Tejaswini Niranjana， 他现在在香港的岭南大学文化研究系做系主任。他去年策划的这个项目呢，其中就包含了我们今年来的3位歌唱者中的2位。那去年还有一位比较老一辈的音乐家，今年呢就没有来，我们换了一位更年轻的音乐家来参与中国和印度古典音乐上面的一些交流活动。那今年的这个延续呢，也是我们即将展开的一个3年计划的一个部分。So this year will be a continuous project of Indian and Chinese exchange in classical music. We hope it can be lasting for 3 years. It's going to be a 3-year project. And we hope that we can get your feedback and support in the long run. 那我们也很希望大家能够在之后持续的关注我们的这个交流的计划，并且告诉我们你们的意见和你们的一些反馈。那今年呢，他们刚刚结束了在香港汉雅轩的一次活动，上海呢是第2站，这个民富呢是第2场演出，在周2的时候会在金泽有最后一场第3场的演出。So they have just finished their concert and exchange with the Hong Kong artists in Hanot, Hong Kong, just 2 days ago. And this is their 2nd performance this time in their visit to China. And the last one will be on Tuesday evening in Jingze Art Craft Center, which is in the Mingfu area. So if you're interested, you're welcome also to join that special session with Kunqu opera artists. 然后金泽的那场呢，会有昆曲的艺术家参与一起的合作。So maybe I will ask Teju to introduce our artist today. 所以我现在请Teju来介绍一下今天的我们参与的艺术家。
Ni hao. Very glad to be back here in the Mingfu Library and in Shanghai. I think that you've all read the CVs of all the artists. I'm not going to repeat anything from the CVs, but having known them for some time and having known Zhang or Zen also for some time, all I can say is that they're young, that they're extremely talented, and they're extremely daring. They're very experimental. This is not something one normally says about Indian classical musicians who don't want to really take any risk or experiment with what they're doing. They believe in repeating what they have learned. But these 3 are extremely unique in that way, and I think that they are facing up to the challenge that China is throwing to them in many ways. And we have also the brilliant Zen, Zhang, whose music we know and who also is taking his own risks with the music. So welcome to an afternoon of risky music. You will understand what I mean because you're also going to hear them singing Cantonese in a little while, right? This is just for those who are planning to leave after 10 minutes. I just want to tell you, if you stay longer, you will hear Cantonese in Indian style as well, right? So welcome everyone, and I don't want to say more. Chen Yun has already introduced the project. It's called Saath, which in Hindi means together. And this is something that we are trying out as, is not the old form of cultural exchange, saying here's my country and here's your country. We are trying to do something else. We are pushing the frontier of the question of collaboration. What does it mean to start asking questions at the level of cultural practice? It's not simply let's learn your language, I'll learn your language, but really asking something that is probably far more foundational. So we'll see where that takes us. Please be with us in this journey. Please come back to hear us next year, wherever it is in China, and the following year as well. So, enjoy.
那我简单翻译一下，刚刚台主他因为我们在微信上和其他的平台上发布的时候呢，也有这几位音乐家的介绍，他就不重复他们的简历了。他想特别强调的是呢，这3位印度的音乐家，他们虽然来自一个传统的学术和传统的音乐训练，但是他们是年轻一代当中愿意冒险和进行现代的探索、新的探索的实验性的艺术家。就是这样的人的精神面貌呢，其实也不是很普遍的，在印度的古典音乐家在今天来讲。然后呢，张毅呢是一位琵琶演奏家，他跟他们这些印度的朋友一样，同样也是对于一个来自传统的音乐是有一个冒险的精神的。所以大家今天听到的这一场的演出呢，可能跟一个非常传统意义上的我了解印度音乐，中国了解印度音乐，印度了解中国音乐这样的一种交流是不同的，在于我们其实是希望能够通过这样的碰撞和交流，能够追问出一些在音乐和现代性上更根本的一些问题。所以在这个意义上呢，我们非常希望大家能够有兴趣听到最后，因为你们可能会听到一些意想不到的内容，然后在这个当中会有一些火花。所以再次感谢大家今天过来。
Good afternoon. Sorry. Okay. Good afternoon, all present here. I will begin the afternoon with a very beautiful melody of Indian classical music. The melodic theme is called Rag Bindhumalini, which describes the beauty and the serenity of the afternoon. I will present 2 compositions. One, the medium tempo composition set to the 16-beat cycle, which is Teen Tal, followed by a faster tempo composition set to Teen Tal.
那我今天的下午一个开场的一个演出是关于赞美一个美好的午后的。
मधुर धुन बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे रे कीर्तन मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे रे कीर्तन सुन सुन जिया कुलात आज सखी सुन सुन जिया कुलात सुन सुन जिया कुलात आज सखी मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे कीर्तन मधुर धुन बाजे
सतावत सब
राम रंग राम राम रंग बसी बोधु बरस मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे कीर्तन मधुर धुन बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे रे कीर्तन मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे रे कीर्तन धुन मधुर धुन मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे कीर्तन सुन सुन जिया कुलात आज सुन सुन जिया कुलात आज सखी मधुर धुन बाजे बाजे जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार 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 तुम्ही मेरो मन हर लेनो जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार जाऊं मैं तो बेबली जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार तो गरीब की इच्छा पूरन कर दो गरीब की इच्छा पूरन कर दो गरीब की इच्छा पूरन कर दो तुम तो गरीब जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार जाऊं मैं तो बेबलिहार तुम्ही मेरो मन हर लीनो 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 जाऊं मैं तो बेबली जाऊं मैं तो बेबली जाऊं मैं तो बेबली
Can you hear me like this? Or I just want to see if this mic is. Can you hear me like this?
Yes.
Now?
Didn't work.
I think it works. Can you hear me? I think we are good then. Yeah, I think it's amplifying. So what I will be singing, there's a little story to it. It's a translation from a collection of poems by Buddhist nuns. It is one of the most ancient collected texts of Buddhist nuns poetry called Terigata, and this is one of the ones translated to Tamil, which is my mother tongue, and I'll be singing it in the Hindustani style. The story is that there is Ubiri, the name of the mother, who is lamenting at the loss of her daughter, Jiva. Jiva is the name of the daughter, and she is going around in the forest crying out Jiva's name, and she is not able to take the grief. And the next line says, it's almost like Buddha is talking to her, or it's her own realization that in the forest there are so many such lives that are lost and buried. So it says, here everybody who's buried is a jiva. It's somebody's beloved who's been lost. So, or somebody's loved one has been lost, or a daughter. So who are you crying for? Whose loss are you crying for then? It is to say that your grief is not your own, it's everybody's.
Short translation.
Yes.
好，大家好，我唱的这一段呢是来自一个古典的佛教的一个诗，这诗呢是来自原始是泰米尔语，也是我的母语，但是我会以一个印度斯坦北印度的音乐的形式来演绎。这首诗的内容呢是关于一个母亲，她的女儿可能是亡故了，所以她就跑到那个树林里面去，她想通过呼唤她的女儿的名字来得到心灵上的一个慰藉。但是事实上呢，她在呼叫她女儿名字的时候，她发现其实她还是很悲伤，然后她就从那个佛祖那边得到一个启示，或者是她来自她内心的一个声音，告诉她说，在这个树林里面有很多这样子亡故的灵魂，那你的这个呼唤到底是在呼唤谁？你这个名字是你女儿的名字，但它也可以是任何一个在这个树林里面消逝的生命的名字。所以这个诗大概是关于这样的一个内容。
ஓலமிடும் ஓலமிடும் I don't know what is off in that. Ah.
Hello all. I'll be singing a semi-classical melody named Man, which which is generally of a romantic theme, and this particular composition depicts how the lover doesn't want his or her beloved to leave. Okay.
下面我唱的这段旋律叫《妈》，然后它是一个比较浪漫的一段旋律。基本的意思就是情侣希望彼此不要分开。
हाँ बादला यही रिझोसा बादला यही रिझोसा ठाणे पंखियाँ झुलावा सारी रात तुम्हारा मीठा मारू आज रिझोसा हाँ बादला यही रिझोसा जल बिच बसत कुमुदिनी जल बिच बसत कुमुदिनी जल बस बीच कुमुदिनी जल बस बचत कुमुदिनी और चंदा बसे आकाश और चंदा बसे आकाश हाँ जल बच बसत कुमुदिनी और चंदा बसे आकाश हाँ जो जाहू के मन बसे जो जाहू के मन बसे वो आहू के पास हाँ बादला यही रिझोसा बादला यही रिझोसा ठाणे पंखियाँ झुलावा ठाणे पंखियाँ झुलावा सारी रात तुम्हारा मीठा मारो आज रिझोसा हाँ बादला यही रिझोसा बादला यही रिझोसा यही रिझोसा यही रिझोसा Thank you.
就特别高兴，然后大家能够拿出那么宝贵的休息的时间，然后来到这儿。我讲话后面应该听得到啊。那个我今天呢，就是想跟大家分享一个琵琶的文曲，因为可能虽然大家都中国人，可能对琵琶它的一个就比如说传统的一个系列不太了解。大家都知道琵琶有十面埋伏是吧？然后还有一首叫《霸王卸甲》，它其实讲的是一个事儿。然后我们的就是武功的舞曲，然后就是这两首。那今天我要着重讲的是文曲。什么是文曲呢？就是它速度比较慢，半天出一个音儿，就可能弹大家都要睡着了，那就这就叫文曲。但是呢，但是文曲呢，其实说它的内涵是很深的，都是文人雅士的这个风花雪月的故事。然后很多的一些感人的东西呢，其实也是宫怨和闺怨。
So good afternoon, everybody. So I'm today presenting a specific type of pipa performance, which is maybe not very familiar to even our Chinese audience, because mostly we are more familiarized with what we would call in our specialties as the martial pieces of more militant pieces of pipa, meaning that those famous pieces are more aggressive, more exciting. But today I'm going to present you a more literati and romantic part of the Peipa, which is much slower than what we learn from our common experience.
今天要讲的呢，就是一个叫《陈随》，这个曲子是我们1000年前的一个曲子。
两个字怎么写的？
陈随，就是那个耳朵陈，然后隋唐时期的隋，陈随。没事，你就叫陈随就好。
So this piece I'm going to perform now is called 陈随, which is from 1000 years ago.
对，它是非常典型的一个宫苑，就是那个对宫苑的一个曲
It's more
子。
about the sadness of the women inside the palace.
我们大家都知道，然后在这个古代，然后3000佳丽后宫是吧？然后这个故事就讲这个主人公，她12岁嫁进宫，被选进宫去，也不是嫁进宫了，是被选进宫去。然后她一生，然后只见过皇上一次，然后呢，她余生，然后都没有见过这个皇上。然后呢，等这个皇上仙逝以后，然后她被逼无奈，然后被出家了，就到皇家寺院出家了。她不允许再嫁给就是说皇帝的儿子是不可以的，不可以再嫁给他的。所以她的一生就是很悲惨。然后她被迫为尼姑的时候呢，然后她就诵经，她每天要诵经，她的功课就是诵经，然后为那个历代的皇上啊，或者说以后的皇室啊，这些比如说江山的那个社稷来祈福，她的工作就变成这个了。然后所以他们在诵经的这个时间段，她回忆了她悲惨的一生。
So this is a chanting by a monk.
Nun.
A nun.
Yeah.
Sorry. A nun who used to be selected to the palace to be one of the wives of the royal emperor when she was 12 years old. But in her whole lifetime, she has only seen the emperor once. And then when the emperor passed away, of course, she cannot remarry anybody else. So she has no choice but to be a nun in a royal Buddhist temple. So what she do, now she has to chant every day as a daily practice and to wish the goodness of the new emperor and the whole empire. So this is what she will chant.
然后就是今天很有幸听了3位那个就是印度的艺术家的演唱，然后其实非常打动我的。我是努力在克制，然后不流泪。然后其实呢，就是特别是这一位唱的时候，他讲的也是很悲伤的一个故事。他的呼汉娜的女儿嘛，逝去的女儿。其实中国和印度有相同的地方，我们都没有和声，我们的音乐都是建立在相似的音上的这个做一个变化，就是同一个音，每一次表达出来都是不一样的。
So I was very touched today by the 3 singers, and especially the poem, the Buddhist monk's poem, and telling the sadness of a mother mourning the loss of her daughter. I try to keep my tears. So in fact, for me, there's at least one similarity between the Chinese and Indian traditional classical music, which is that we only have one tone, and it's the same tone that we're using that is transformed and expressive to different subjects and different emotions.
对，然后接下来就是说，因为这曲子是比较深奥的，那我就是挑选它其中的3个主要的段落，先讲解分析一下，然后再完整的再演奏。
So because this 1,000-year-old Pipa performance is pretty difficult to explain and not that easy to understand, so I will first pick up 3 small parts of it and try to explain to you, and then I will perform it in integrity.
对，然后一开始一个场景，然后就是说所有的就是寺院开始敲钟，所有的尼姑或者是和尚，然后都一块集中去要做早课了。然后呢，其中我们的主人公也在里面，然后他就是你看不到他，但是这个表现的是他内心的这个惆怅，他走得非常慢，他不想进这个寺院，所以他表达的是这个。
So the first is the scene when in the morning all monks and nuns have to come together to chant together in the morning. So you will not see this main character, this nun, this lady, but you will feel that she is one of them, and she is very slowly walking, and she's not reluctant to lead such a life.
然后这是第一段。
So this is the first paragraph.
然后接下来呢，就是说这只有琵琶能做得到，因为琵琶可以除了这个有乐音的这个技法还有噪音类的技法，就我们可以模仿各种打击乐。所以下一段呢是很经典的，就是他在念经的时候，其实思想在外面，他想他的悲伤的一生。
So the second section is about while she was chanting, her mind, her heart is actually outside of the temple. She was recalling her sad life, as a ritual. So another character of pipa is that we can not only make music out of it, we can also make noise and different kinds of sound out of it.
就这一段。
Yeah, this is the section how it sounds like.
然后他在念经，但是我是通过左手来表达他内心的悲伤。他
So
其
the
实
left
对
hand is used to express her sadness inwardly.
对，然后这就是这个我们这个中国人表达这个含蓄的悲伤的方法。
So this is a very Chinese way of our expressing our
对
emotion.，
好，那就是请大家完整来欣赏他这个陈词。
So now I will perform the entire piece and hope you can appreciate it.
Thank you.